Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, this is just more of a test than anything, just to see how live streaming goes with this. If you're out there, welcome. Welcome to Japan. It is now 10:52 in the morning on Saturday, December 30th. We are looking at a live stream of the Shibuya Scramble, which it seems to be scrambling right now. Um, we were testing around and playing around with this a little bit earlier this morning, and there was hardly anybody there, of course. So, but anyway, um, yeah, we're just taking a quick look at the scramble right now, and you can see it is jumping. So anyway, I'm just trying out a little bit of some new software that I have not used before, and so just to see how live streaming could possibly go, to be able to share relevant and informative information for you guys back or wherever you are. I was going to say back stateside, but yeah. So yeah, so just to kind of play around with this and give you a bit of an update. Oh, there's a nice looking car that just cruised through the scramble. So anyway, yeah, welcome, Independent 27. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Again, I'm just kind of playing around here. Japan, it's getting ready for the new year, and we're coming up on the New Year's Eve. And New Year's Eve is just a little bit different in Japan than it is in the rest of the world. The rest of the world tends to kind of want to celebrate and go a little bit stupid, get as drunk as we possibly can, and get as silly as we possibly can. But Japan, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more quiet and more low key than the rest of the world. It's yeah, it's what they kind of do is they just kind of chill out at home. They'll have some family around, have some really good food. Of course, we know that the food is delicious in Japan. So what they'll do is they'll just have some traditional Japanese foods. They'll sit around, they'll gather around the television actually, and kind of like we used to do in the old days. I'm gonna date myself a little bit and enjoy Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, and just chill out and watch some good music. This year they're going to be having Queen live on the show. The Queen is actually here in Japan and touring, and I've actually got tickets. So yeah, we're gonna go check out Queen here in the very near future. Man, yeah, I'm dating myself, but we're gonna chill out on New Year's Eve at midnight. The really dedicated Japanese, they'll get out and they'll go to the temple and they'll bring in the new year and seek a blessing from the boksheet, the priest, and just enjoy. Again, it seems to be a beautiful day. I'm getting ready to head out here shortly and go check out, go stay away for the weekend. Awfully off heading off into the country, and enjoy a quiet weekend away from the hustle and bustle of the city. So if you got any plans, share your plans. What are you guys doing for New Year's? Again, for me, it's going to be kind of low key, but a lot of people like the excitement and stuff. I mean, I was actually in Shibuya just the other day, earlier this week, but I assure you, I did not go anywhere near this Shibuya scramble. Some of you guys, they love the excitement of the Shibuya scramble and that kind of an atmosphere. For me, yeah, I stay away from it. It's too much for me. I like the quiet life. It's a little bit crazy and too many people for me. What I was in Shibuya just the other day for some business, and I just enjoyed a quiet lunch. By myself and just had a cold beer and just kind of watched everybody else deal with the craziness. Anyway, if you're watching, if you've got any questions, please drop them in the comments. Again, I'm just kind of doing a bit of a practice run on how to basically deliver good and relevant and timely information to you guys out there. While I just yeah, well, I can be able to share it. There you go. Just stay home and watch the countdown from Times Square. Yep. Yeah, I did the Times Square thing a couple of times and went there, and it's. I've been there, done that, bought the t shirt. Won't do it again. Froze my gonads off, and yeah, they stick you in a pen and you can't leave. If you leave, you don't get back in. So if you got to take a leak, and yeah, number one, number two, you're not coming back in. So, hey, Garrett, howdy, feller. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, I just I'm over. I've passed all the craziness of New Year's, and now I just like to try to keep it down low on the low key. Let's see. Trying to let's see what's we'll take another quick look here of the Mount Fuji area. Let's see if we can pull that up here. And yeah, we got a little bit of Mount Fuji. This is actually a live view of Mount Fuji right now. It's actually a beautiful day here in Japan. Let's see, Independent 27. Thanks for sharing. I'll be to Japan in March, so excited. Yeah, actually in March I'm heading back to the States. So thanks. Yeah, enjoy your stay. If you got any questions, ask away. I'm just gonna be, yeah. I'm just gonna head back to States and relax. A lot of people, when they come to Japan, they get this idea that Japan is this fantasy land of perfection and utopia and anime and stuff like that. And if you think that, I don't want to burst your bubble, but that is not Japan. So that is not the real Japan. Japan is it's a highly complex culture of modern day just it's weird, modern technology mixed with ancient traditions. It's a complex culture, but it's a culture that's built on rules and respect. And Japan actually has this culture of looking to the betterment of the whole rather than the betterment of the individual. So yeah, it's a giving culture. So that's why when you go on a train, it's quiet. Nobody's talking. Everybody's being respectful of everybody else. And people are just trying to basically follow the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You don't want somebody sitting next to you on the train just blasting loud music or being obnoxious and rude and drunk or anything like that. You want somebody to be respectful, and Japan is definitely a culture that's like that. So when you come, remember, you're not in your home country anymore. You are in Japan. You are in a different culture that puts the betterment, or puts the whole before the individual. So anyway, yeah, another live view of Mount Fuji. Man, it's gorgeous today. It is an absolutely gorgeous day today. Where I am headed later today, actually in about an hour from now, the wife is going to start calling me here in a minute and say we need to get on the road. We're actually going out near Mount Fuji, so we should have some beautiful Mount Fuji views today. And so yeah, looking forward to that. If you've got any questions about your travel there, Independent 27, if you're coming to Japan, let me know. March is a good time to come. It's Sakura season, so it could be crowded. So すごく混んでるその時にはすごく混んでる it is going to be very crowded at that particular time because everybody wants to get out. Even the Japanese, it's a very sacred time for the Japanese to get out and just to see the gosh, I can't even talk. Just to see the sakura, and it's a very special time of year. I'm trying to bring back the Fuji. There we go. Put Fuji back down there in the corner. Thank you. We will. Well, yeah, we will have fun. We're just gonna chill out and have some very traditional Japanese foods. Mochi is a very traditional Japanese thing to have on New Year's and New Year's Eve, and have soba at midnight. So we'll be preparing some soba at the place that we're going, and just have a very traditional day. My wife is Japanese, so we will be having a very traditional Japanese. Uh, I would love to travel to Mount Fuji. Best way to travel there. When I've got a video out, you can check it out. Please feel free to check it out. I'm not trying to plug my channel, but yeah, I am. But if you want to get to Mount Fuji, I recommend personally taking a bus. Or if you're renting a car, renting a car is by far the best way to do it, especially if you're a Westerner, because we like to have the freedom to travel, to come and go as we want, and not wait on a bus, not wait on a train, and have the freedom to move about. The last time, or not the last time, but one of the times I went, we did take a bus from Shibuya. And there is actually a bus station right there in Shibuya Scramble area that we're looking up here, right here, right there. There's a bus station, and it's actually on the 5th floor of a building. If you can imagine that, the bus station is on the 5th floor. How do they do that? Only in Japan, brother. But yeah, we took a bus. It was about an hour and a half to 2 hour ride, but you can sit back and relax and enjoy it. It'll drop you off at Kawaguchi Station, and from Kawaguchi Station, I would recommend getting a train. And actually, if you book reservations, book in the Fujiyoshida area instead of the Kawaguchiko area. Kawaguchiko is the most popular area in around the Mount Fuji. It's kind of the hub for everything. That's where all the buses and the trains go. But Fujiyoshida I like it better because Kawaguchiko shuts down at 5 o'clock. Okay, I'm a Westerner, and we don't shut down at 5 o'clock. We like to go into the darker hours, into the night. And but Kawaguchiko shuts down, and when we went there in our hotel, even the convenience stores were far away. There was nothing close. If I wanted to go get a beer or get some snacks or anything like that, it was shut down. So yeah, the Fujiyoshida area, which is very close, I highly recommend Fujiyoshida if you're going to the Mount Fuji area, and then you can zip back in. It's like a 5-minute train ride back over to Kawaguchiko, and you can catch a bus up to the 5th station on Mount Fuji if you want to climb the top of it. Yeah, then you can get back in there. But if you want to have some fun after 5 p.m., if you don't like just going back to your hotel room at after 5 p.m. and just shutting down, yeah, go to Fujiyoshida. It would be my recommendation. So anyway, yeah, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So yeah, if you got any other questions, let me know. I'm no expert. Just because I live in Japan doesn't mean I'm an expert. But yeah, I know my way around. And if it hadn't been for my wife teaching me all the ins and outs of getting around Japan, I would be just still be here for after 3 years. I'd still be like a tourist and stuff. One of the things, if you guys don't know about the Suica and Pasmo cards, they have been suspended. They've suspended the issue of Suica and Pasmo cards. In my main video, I recommend getting a Suica and Pasmo, but they have been suspended indefinitely due to the semiconductor shortage out of China. Okay, enough said on China. But what you can do is you can get the Pasmo passport when you get into Haneda or Narita. Or Suica has also a version of it, and this is a 28-day travel card that allows you to go anywhere for 28 days, just like a regular Suica. However, you do not get any refunds on that. When you're done and you're ready to leave Japan, you don't get a refund on it. So, apply money to it as you use it, because anything that you don't use is basically you flush it, because the card is only good for 28 days. And after 28 days, you can't even save it to your next trip to Japan because it expires. So that's government for you. The governments are going to try to, get their money from you. But anyway, they boast this thing like it's free, or and it does. There's no charge. Well, it's not free, because you're more than likely, most people are probably leaving money on their cards when they return back home from Japan. So, but anyway, there's the Suica. I don't remember what the Suica's version of it is, but I use Passmo, Passmo Suica. They're the same thing. You're not gonna, one is not better than the other. And I used to say that Passmo will get you anywhere in Japan. However, I did on a recent trip to the Fukushima area. My Passmo was not valid, and that was a first for me, because I was up in the Fukushima area and went to go get on a train, and they're like, you can't use this here, and I'm like, what the, and so anyway, I had to use cash. So when you visit Japan, always, 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 always have cash. Always have cash. It's cash is king. Um, uh, Credit cards work in most places, but not every place. But most places, a small mom and pop ramen shop is probably not going to have the ability to run a credit card. They use a system called PayPay. I don't use it. Anyway, I have an international credit card where I get no transaction fees or anything. Excuse me. But yeah, that's it for all I've got on that. Anyway, I'm just kind of playing around here, just looking and just yeah, messing around to see what this new streaming software does. Anyway, another live view here, large view of the Shibuya Scramble. Yeah, it's getting busy now. Like I said, I was out looking at it earlier this morning, and yeah, hardly anybody out there. Wow. Okay, I'm talking too much. I think my throat is saying, "Shut up, buddy." Um, but yeah, Shibuya Scramble, man. It's if you like that kind of thing, hey, thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. I'm doing a good job. I appreciate it. I do what I can. I'm just a regular guy, just enjoying Japan. Um, yeah, on that again, I kind of touched on it at the beginning of the live stream that Japan is, people think that it's this utopian environment and everything is so cool and so awesome, and yes, it is. Japan's really cool, but after you've lived here a while, you kind of you realize it's a regular country and people have got their own problems just like in any other country. It's got its poverty, it's got its homelessness, it's got its discrimination. Don't get me started on discrimination. But it's a regular country, just like any other country, but it's just things are just a little bit different. You can walk down the streets in Tokyo, among the skyscrapers and all this, and then right in the middle of all that, there's a temple and a shrine, and there's beautiful beautiful ladies walking around in kimonos and traditional attire. And by the way, if you're here, please don't be afraid to dress up in traditional Japanese attire. Please don't be afraid to put on a yukata or a kimono, men and women. Don't be afraid to do that. I know that the Western culture, when I was living back in the U.S., there's all this. Oh, it's cultural appropriation. It's not your culture. Um, Let me just tell you, that's bullshit. Okay, that's bullshit. They are so excited when you see them embrace their culture. My wife included. She's like, I love to see foreigners embracing our culture. So embrace the culture. When in Rome, you know what they say. When in Japan, be Japanese, and that goes along with everything. The respect. Just enjoy the culture. Have a good time. Just be respectful. That's just the number one thing. Just be respectful. There's been lately some of these guys, and some of them actually are in jail for just going on YouTube and everything, um, and just being absolutely ridiculously obnoxious and stuff. And please don't be that guy. Please don't be that guy, because yeah, I've seen other Japanese that have actually, they've clocked these guys, and if I see somebody being like that, especially to Japanese, I'll probably clock them too. That's ridiculous. Don't come here and do that crap. Let's see. Do they have someone dress you up? What if you put it on wrong? Will they judge you? Man. Okay. Absolutely outstanding question. Usually, if you go to a kimono shop, for a rental, they will dress you. If you're female, the kimono is there's a right and wrong way to wear it, and if you wear it wrong, no, they're not going to judge you. What they may do, and it's actually I've seen it happen is they will say, "Oh, please let me help you. Let me adjust this on you and square you away and tighten you up." And it's not disrespectful. They want to help you. It's not. They're not being disrespectful. They're not going to judge you in any way whatsoever. But yeah, usually most of the kimono rental shops will help you get set up, and they'll put it on correctly, especially for the females, because the female kimono it's a complex process, and my wife doesn't even know the ins and outs of it. Oh man, I got a tickle in my throat. Guess what? I got leftover candy canes. So, but yeah, the kimono is a complex process. There we go, candy canes. But it's a complex process. But for guys, a yukata or anything, it's very simple. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube that'll show you how to put on a yukata. I actually, for Christmas, my wife actually bought me what's called a jinbei, and it's basically just a Japanese houseware. It almost looks like I guess in the Western culture we would call it a karate gi. But it's not. It's something that's very traditional. She's like, I know I need water. I don't have any water. But but my wife, she's like, oh, you look so good in a jinbei. I love seeing you in a jinbei. But yada. Yeah, どうしたのやだ。あ、この喉が開いた。So, 日本語喋るね. So yeah, another good question I get asked a lot is do you speak Japanese? Well, I speak pretty good Japanese, enough to carry on a conversation. I don't speak business level Japanese by any means, but I'm getting there. And I take courses, and I have some coursework that I use. There's a good book that I've been using, or a good series that I've been using for quite a while, and I'm actually getting ready to start Japanese classes coming in about 2 weeks. So just in about 2 weeks from now, I've got some Japanese classes that I'm going to be starting attending in person, one-on-one. That literally, this is so cool. I just found out about it from somebody I work with. The classes are only 2,500 yen per year. That works out to about 100 yen per month, or 100 yen. Yeah, less than that. That would work. Yeah, that works out to like 50 yen per week. So that's like 40 cents, 40 cents a week or something. So, but yeah, and I know somebody who actually took these courses, and they went from no Japanese to N1 level, and so means they're proficient. They're almost native speakers. So I'm looking forward to taking part in that, starting in a couple of weeks. I know my wife is excited about it too, because we have a thing where we have an alternating schedule, and every day we change languages. One day we'll speak English, the next day we'll speak Japanese in the home. So today is actually English day. Yay, it's my day. And tomorrow will be Japanese day. So 今日は英語の日、明日は日本語の日。So 毎日は違う違う言語. So every day is a different language. But yeah, I have a course series that I started using several years ago, and I'm a big fan of it. And it's actually. And I get no credit from this. I'm not a sponsor for this, they're not a sponsor for me whatsoever. But I'll just share what I use. Actually, I've got it right here. I use the Japanese from Zero. This is actually my kanji book. But I use the Japanese from Zero coursework, and I really like it. And the reason is the author George. He's just real, and he breaks it down, and it steps you through. And if you don't know any Japanese, I mean, it will step you through step by step by step by step. And it's like sometimes for some people it might seem too slow, but I'm a hardhead, and it takes me a little bit of time to get things into my thick skull. So, but yeah, it's been good coursework. So from there, read, write, speak, listen, and understand. But yeah, good coursework. But I'm actually looking forward to starting the actual classes and going deeper one on one. And some people will say because I've got a Japanese wife, well, that should be enough practice. But, I can't rely on her to be my educator all the time. So, I'm going to actually go and we're going to ask the stupid questions and get things done. How many days a week do you have to study? Well, how many week? I study every day. So, and that's just the more, it depends on how fast you want to learn. You can study one day a week or you can study every single day. I study every single day, and I've got apps on my phone that I use for app type flashcards, and have improved my Japanese significantly. I mean, basically, you've got to build a vocabulary base to be able to get into being able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together to get the big picture. So you got to build a vocabulary base. So I study and memorize vocabulary every single day, and so it just depends. The more you study, the more you get out of it, and there's days, yeah, you're going to get burnt out on it, and then okay, I guess I lied. I don't study every single day, but I do my best to study every single day. Sometimes you just got to take a break. Do they have that book on Amazon? Absolutely. Yeah, just look up Japanese from Zero on Amazon. And yeah, it's there, the whole series. I want to say there's like 6, 7 books. There's also YouTube videos that go along with each individual lesson. So it's like you actually have a one-on-one classroom while you're going through it. And you can hear George explain it to you. He also has a Discord, and I've actually spoken with him one-on-one on Discord. And really, I don't know. He's kind of quirky, but he's a neat kind of guy. Oh, dude, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for you just blessed me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, George is a good guy. And he's an interesting character, and he doesn't make it boring. He's kind of fun. But yeah, once you know some Japanese, it's just like I feel like when I got here, I knew a little bit of Japanese, didn't know how to read, couldn't write, but now I can go down the street, I can read a sign, I can see what's up for. I can see where I'm at. I can understand a street sign. I can go into a restaurant and understand or have a better understanding of the menu. Because even sometimes I'll look at a menu and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I mean, even if I use my Google Translate and put it up to there, it'll come back with something, and I have no idea what that even means. So, look at the little carts going through. The little carts. Actually, the Japanese people can't stand those things, and I can completely understand why they don't like them, because they're hard to see. One of the things that I don't like, I have a car and I drive in Japan, but I hate driving in Japan. I don't like driving here. Well, in my neighborhood, I don't like driving here because the roads are so narrow and you can't see anything. And bicycles will just jet out right in front of you, and they don't look at all. They will just come right out. It's crazy. Let's see. Let me ask. Do you recommend learning hiragana or katakana first? Definitely hiragana first. Definitely learn hiragana first. If you don't know the difference, hiragana is used for Japanese words. Katakana is used for foreign words, like I would spell my name in katakana. So it's used for foreign words, but definitely you definitely want to learn hiragana first. That's where elementary school students start, as they learn hiragana. In the first grade, they start actually learning kanji as well. And that's one thing I like about this book, the Japanese from Zero, is it starts off learning basic katakana, or excuse me, hiragana, and it will step you through. It'll give you like 5 hiragana at a time, and it will start incorporating it into the little into the sentences as you go, and it'll start off in romaji with regular English letters, but then the more as the katakana you learn, it'll begin to replace that romaji with the katakana hiragana. I'll get it together. The hiragana. So it really steps you through it. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah. Just reading your comment. Yeah. The roads are narrow. Well, where I live on the outskirts of Tokyo, and the roads here are very narrow. I mean, roads that you would think back in the Western culture are for one car. Those are 2-car lanes, and then people will squeeze through that. You're not going anywhere fast in a car. I'll just say that you're not going to go anywhere fast. And even when you get on the expressways and the tollways, there's always a traffic jam. So yeah, I'm going back. I really don't like driving in Japan. If I can take a train, I'll just rather take a train. So yeah, my nearest train station is about a 10-minute bicycle ride to the nearest train station. So usually what I'll do is I'll just ride my bicycle to the nearest train station, park my bike at a free parking lot, and and just get on the train and go from there. Kanji are so confusing. Yes. At first, you're absolutely right. Yes, it can be very, very confusing. But the more you begin to study it, and if you take it slowly and progressively, it begins to all make sense. And the different radicals have different meanings, and you can kind of, it's almost like in English where we can sound out a word. And kanji has that same kind of a concept. It's not so much of a sound as it is a meaning. The different symbols within a kanji have different meanings, and you can kind of put it together. So you're basically telling a story. It's a thought process more than a spoken language process. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. This is not my first time doing something like this. I spent Independent 27. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you blessing me with the yeah. I really appreciate it. But I have got to go get my stuff together. We are loading up the car. We're going to head off into the countryside, and we're going to just begin to goodness sakes, I can't even talk. Yeah, we're going to go out, just chill out for the weekend, relax, maybe enjoy some sake, some local sake. One thing about sake in Japan is it's nothing like what you get abroad. When you buy sake in the States or in the Western cultures, to me, honest to God, it sounds like it tastes like gasoline to me. It's like, it's nasty. So when I came to Japan, I'm thinking, oh, I don't like that stuff. That stuff's freaking nasty. But when you get the real Nihonshu sake, your eyes are opened, and you're like, whoa, this is really, really good stuff. So anyway, we're going to enjoy some local sake from the area that we're going to again. So I got to go load up, guys. I thank you so much for all you've done. I thank you so much again for just blessing me. Happy New Year to you. God bless in 2024. Thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you for the encouragement for the lives. If you've got any topics or anything like that you'd like to see me discuss, or you have questions on, drop them in the comments. And when I get back to this video, I'll take a look at it, and I'll do my best to address those questions and comments. Good luck on your travel to Japan in March. I hope you have a great time. Japan is a wonderful culture. Just to relax and enjoy and adapt to it. And when the Japanese see that you're being respectful and you want to do you want to adapt to their culture and you want to be a part of it, they're going to welcome you with open arms, and I will welcome you with open arms and stuff. Just be respectful. That's all, and I'm sure you will. And that there's probably a very small minority of people that that don't want to abide by those. Thank you so much for your blessings. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get myself out of here. Thank you so much. I love you. Happy New Year. God bless, and have a great day.